Are you manifesting a specific person into your life, or perhaps you know someone that is, or maybe both? Are you worried or are you concerned about this whole aspect, this whole concept of free will? Do you maybe find this a little bit of a grey area during your manifestation? Is it maybe even on some level, consciously or unconsciously, holding you back because you feel like you're doing something against someone else's will, or forcing them to love you, or tricking them into falling in love with you, or why would you want to be with someone who doesn't want to be with you concept, Are all these things playing into your mind at all? Well, I will explain all in this video, so please do stay tuned. Thank you very much as well for joining me, by the way, on my channel. I'm Athena Raven. I'm a mental health and manifestation life coach, and I do offer one-to-one coaching. I have some places available at the moment, and I want to thank you in advance for liking and subscribing to this video, as it really does help this channel to grow. So thank you very much for joining me today. Now, we're going to get onto the topic of your specific person and this notion of free will that I know plays heavy on a lot of people's minds. And I've done a video before about the whole moralistic side of it as well. Should you be doing this, particularly if the person is in a relationship or married, or but the reason I want to focus on this again is just to clarify a little bit more about what free will is, and does it actually really exist, and if so, on what level? I'd be interested to hear your thoughts and experiences too. Because a lot of people come to me, a lot of my clients, and a lot of questions that I get asked on YouTube or TikTok especially, it's all about, why do you want to be with someone who, might not love you, and, forcing someone against their will. And it doesn't sit right with a lot of people, and it's always a fiery subject. It's always a fiery topic to approach. But I just want to clarify a few things about it with regards to the law of assumption. I had someone on my Instagram sort of saying as well about, no, this is horrible advice about, manifesting a specific person. They don't realize it's outside of their awareness that this kind of thing is actually possible. And why is it possible? How does it work? Well, I'll share with you here. Now, if you understand the law of assumption and quantum physics as well, there is this notion that there is an unlimited number of outcomes that exist now. That's what quantum physics is stating. All of this is a holographic reality based on our perceptions, based on our core beliefs and ideas and thoughts. But with the law of assumption, you see, we are not our thoughts. We are just awareness. We are pure consciousness, and we don't exist separate of each other. We are one. We are all connected. We are one consciousness. This is the notion behind the law of assumption. And with quantum physics, if every reality already exists now, then all we are doing is aligning to a specific reality. You're aligning to a reality where you're rich. You're aligning to a reality where you're famous. You're aligning to a reality where you're in a relationship with your specific person. It already exists. As Neville Goddard has stated, from the Bible, it says creation is done. That suggests as well, the law of assumption supports this quantum physics notion of creation is done. Everything already exists. Every outcome is already there for us to align to. And so if there is an outcome, a possibility, a reality that exists whereby you have your specific person already, you two are both together, then you're not really doing anything against their free will. You are just aligning to this specific reality. As Neville Goddard has stated before, everyone is you pushed out. We are all connected. And although we have this belief, and we like to have this belief that we make our own choices in this life, and, our feelings and everything, it's all natural, it comes from ourselves. The reality is we are connected energetically, spiritually, we are connected. And if this reality already exists, then there is this reality that you are aligning to. You're not forcing anybody against their free will. Now, do we have free will? Don't we have free will? The answer is actually a mixture of both. Yes, we do have free will, but perhaps not in the way that a lot of people understand it. Our free will is that we have the choice to make whatever assumptions we want about other people, about our reality, about this world, about our desires. We have the free will to have these desires, to have these assumptions about others and situations, and to manifest them in our reality. That is the free will that we have. You know, we can put the intention out there, we can do the imaginal acts, we can live as if we've already got it now, live in the state of the wish fulfilled. That's the free will that we have. But when it comes to how we connect with other people and what we're actually doing, these inspired actions, is not necessarily free will. We align and we help each other through our manifestation journey. So yes, we have the free will to choose our assumptions, to choose our goals and desires, but how it comes to fruition, what actually happens, we're all actually at the mercy of this unconscious mind, this inner sort of being within us. You know, we put the intention there, and we don't have the control of how it happens or what happens or the bridge of incidents. You know, we don't have the control of when it happens, how it comes about. And I'll share with you something. You know, I had manifested a job opportunity. I was fed up of, you know, being in this job that was like a dead end, you know, and I had asked my manager for a raise, and she had slammed me down. And it just pushed to further my desire that, you know what, no, I want a job that pays me better, that I can travel, that I can work less for more money, and be my own boss and work from home if I wanted to as well. I actually set it out, this intention, and I was so clear about the specificity, like specific goals, the specific requirements of this position. And randomly, a friend of mine got in touch with me and was just like, "Are you happy?" Out of the blue. I've known this friend for about 12 years, and we were talking at 1 a.m. on Facebook Messenger, and he just asked me so randomly, "Are you happy?" And I said no. And he said, "You know, what's happened?" And so I told him about what happened with my boss, asking for a raise, being slammed down. And he said, "In all the years I've known you, I don't actually know what you do." So I told him, and he said that he was working on a project at this bank. Would I be interested in being part of this? You know, send me your CV, your resume, and I'll have a look. So I did that. And the next thing I know, I landed myself a job, which, I kid you not, ticked all of the boxes, everything that I had wanted, from the working from home to the traveling to the better money for the less hours, all of it. Now, was that his free will to ask me about, you know, if I was happy, you know, here's this job opportunity? He would have felt like it was. He would have felt like it was a natural desire. But really, it was my intention, my goal, my wanting and believing, you know, my aligning to this outcome whereby there's a reality that existed where I had this dream job, and I was aligning to that. I was becoming the person who not only desired that, but deserved that. And so he had this compulsive inner action, desire, whatever, compulsion to reach out, talk to me, and for this conversation to go a certain way. He played the part he needed to play in order to play out my free will. Now, when it comes to relationships and your specific person, it is no different. So it's like emotions of the heart, you know, love and that. But it's especially if it's a specific person that you've been with and you've had a connection with before. Well, they've loved you before, they've loved you once before, they can love you again. And even if it's someone that you've not been in a proper relationship and had a loving relationship with, well, who's to say that they can't fall in love with you, especially if you align yourself to the reality that exists already, according to quantum physics, that reality that exists already where you two are already together in a loving, committed relationship. I mean, they will fall in love with the person that you become when you align to that being. You know, when you take on the assumption that this is what I deserve, this is what I want, this is happening now, this is where I belong, you will change, in which case they will be drawn into you. I mean, you must have had it before as well, even happening to yourself, where you've met someone, you've known they've had a crush on you, you weren't really that interested in them, and then next thing you know, something about them changes, something about them starts to make you question yourself and your you know, your original kind of ideas and feelings. Suddenly you start to gain feelings for this person, and then suddenly you end up together. I mean, how many times has it happened? If it hasn't happened to you, you know someone that it's happened to, where they've started off maybe as friends, there was never that sort of connection, but then next thing, they've ended up together against all odds. And that's how it all works, you know, that every possibility, every reality exists already. So of course you can manifest your specific person. Does free will exist? Yes, to a point that we can choose our assumptions, but not in the sense that people think, you know, think that it exists. And when we're manifesting a specific person, should you have this kind of underlying guilt feeling like, oh, you know, I'm manifesting them against their will, this is bad, this is evil, this is voodoo, witchcraft, whatever. Well, no, that's not how this law works. If you have the assumption that they love you, that they care for you, that you are magnetic, that you deserve deserve to be, in their life and have a loving relationship with them, then that is what will manifest. Their assumptions of you will change. I've had it before with my exes. I've shared my story before as well when I manifested my ex. And, the 3D reality was telling me one thing because he'd blocked me and we had this animosity and, we had fought and he was living with someone else. If I had gone by that, I would have sabotaged my my manifestation. But I stuck within the assumption that he still cared for me and missed me. And when we did join forces again, he had confirmed all of those assumptions. And what I thought was love that was lost had all come flooding back like it never was lost, But it's just what you assume. If you stick to your assumption, that is it. Everyone will play a part to make that assumption come true. And so, yes, we have free will to choose it, but no, we don't have free will in that sense that everybody believes we have free will, where we're making these decisions of our own accord, of our own being. We are drawn and magnetically drawn to each other, and we are compelled as a result to act out in ways to help out with their manifestations, just like they're acting out in ways to play the part to help out with our manifestations. So let me know what you think. I hope this was clear, and good luck on all your manifesting journeys. Thank you for liking and subscribing, and I shall see you in the next video.